Okay.
Oh, are we live? I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hourglass. I'm your host, Logan Rusho, and I'm here with my wonderful mother. As you can see today, we're wearing matching tacky sweaters. Oh, you can barely...
They're not the tackiest week, but we found them at the thrift store and we were so excited because they matched that we just had to get them. So
yeah, we had
just
other
medium.
options, but like...
They're just a little medium, and the reason they're bad is because they're made out of plastic bags or
Yeah,
something.
they're not very comfortable, but, you know,
They're not awesome.
So...
But here we are.
Right.
Sweaters and everything.
Yep, we sure are. So, today... For those of you who are wondering why we are wearing terrible sweaters and Santa hats, we are doing the second part of our Christmas village. Oh, isn't it so cute? We are doing the gift. Can I get a close-up of this? Look at how cute that is. Aw, little darling, it even opens. Oh, it's so sweet. We are also doing reindeer, which are so cute. Here. We love, oh, look at those. Their little legs, they're so cute. I love their little antlers. And we're also doing a sleigh, because that's pretty nifty. So, Jody.
Okay. I'm Jody McCraney Rusho, and I'm part of Glass with the Past, and we're here on Mondo Market TV today to do a recycled glass project. And of course, like Logan said, it is our Village Part 2.
Yeah.
Which is super awesome. But we can't start, of course, until we flip over the
hourglass.
The
Here,
hourglass.
Let me just clear a little spot for it.
Oh, okay.
Ta-da!
Okay, there it is.
Woo.
So let's talk very quickly about the kit. It's because we'll be using it to make our projects, and
pretty
that
cool
way you can see what's in it right from the start. Okay, so we have, over by Logan, we have the whole kit. We have 3 pairs of wood sleigh runners, and these are cedar, and they're ones that I made myself just for you.
Ooh,
so you can make 3 sleighs.
Things.
And we have 10 feet of 18 gauge wire, 10 feet of 20 gauge wire, and 10 feet of 22 gauge wire. These are 3 of the very most popular nichrome wire gauges, and they're extremely useful. We'll use all of them. There's a little packet with 6 red, it sounds really funny, 6 red nose beads, and that's so that you can make Rudolphs. And then we have 12 black nose beads, so you can make the rest of the reindeer that are not Rudolphs. And then we have a little packet of mixed seed beads, so that if you want to use those for antlers and sleigh parts, you can. We have a 1 gram bag of mixed mica sheets, and you can see them over there, and those are for punching out shapes for the gift boxes and the sides of the sleigh.
Yeah.
Then we have a small paper punch, and that's going to be kind of a random design because we have a whole bunch, so you'll just kind of get what you get, but they're all cool. And then we have a drill bit, a little drill bit for the wire and the sleigh runners, and a little diamond cone bit. And then there's also a bonus roll of ribbon that is included in
mystery
the
pattern.
Kit. Yes, again, those are a little bit assorted. You can see this is like an example of a different pattern. So you just kind of get
like all of these.
Right.
Get what you get, and they're all pretty
diddly
dang
pretty
nifty.
Awesome. And then you get the printed patterns for the reindeer, the sleigh, and the gift box.
As you can see right here.
And these are exclusive to this kit. So this is the only place you can get those. And then also the firing schedule. So that is a pretty nice package deal.
I think so too.
I think so too. Okay, are we ready to rock and ruin?
Let's talk about the last episode we did.
Okay.
Which is the first part of the Christmas Village, which you all should go watch if you haven't already.
No, not right now. Don't go watch it right now. Watch it later. Much later.
Much later.
After breakfast.
An hour.
Yes, much later in an hour.
So we have, in our last episode, we made these darling little Christmas trees.
3D trees.
Which you can do in small or less small. And then also these darling little houses, which are so cute. And the star, which does not have its stand today, but, ooh, this might be dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Looks a little dangerous.
A little tippy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just gonna put that back down. So,
Okay, deal.
but, it's pretty cool. So we did all of that in our last episode.
Right.
And today we're doing the other half, so
Which is
it's pretty
So the last one was
diddly-dang
kind of
nifty.
houses and trees, and this one is animals and
Other fun
things. Okay. Okay. Oh, and we do have
A giveaway.
a giveaway.
What are we giving away, Joe?
We are giving away a little packet of mica and a stamp. So that's our little giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And you could probably tell these nice people what they have to do to
That's
qualify for the
right.
giveaway. Okay.
So, if you want to win these wonderful
And we'll
stamp,
show you how to use them as
paper
the show
stamp,
goes on.
and
but
sheets
just
of
keep
mica.
in mind, it is really
bonus. What you can do is you can comment. You can leave your questions on your thing, which I will then read out to the wonderful.
cool. And the thing is the chat.
The thing is the chat, yes.
So let us know what questions you have.
Share it. Tell us you shared, and you'll automatically be entered into give me a minute. Automatically be
drawing.
entered again into the giveaway, which will be pretty cool. And then you can also, what else can they do?
I think you get entries if you buy the kit.
Oh, that's true.
So
that's
tell
true.
us when you order your kit, and we'll make sure you get an entry for that. You get an entry for sharing on social media, for sending a question and comment. Of course, for telling us we're wonderful. We love that.
Yes, we do.
You get extra points for that.
Extra points to those who send in their amazing Christmas jokes, which I will then read out to her amusement.
And befuddlement often.
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready to make a thing? Okay, this is our
our message
question alarm. So this will tell you will tell you when we have a question. Okay, tell me, because once I start cutting, I'm not going to want to stop. You know how I am.
Yes. So Gretchen says, disappointed they're not in evening gowns. Sorry, Gretchen.
Oh,
maybe New Year's.
But yeah, we do have one more show before the end of the year. Eek.
We're gonna do evening gowns.
We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Sue says, hi Sue.
Hey, Sue.
Sherry Berry says, I'm so excited to see the show. I had to miss the last one, but I did watch the tape.
Oh, good.
We're glad you're here, Sherry Berry.
Yes, we love Sherry Berry, mostly because your name is super fun to say and because you're really nice. So
Yes.
we love
Yes.
that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the little gift, and it's simultaneously one of the easiest pieces and one of the most versatile, because you can, we have on our pattern, we have the small version, right? This little right here, but you actually can size this any size. So as long as all of your squares stay square, you could make it like 4 by 4, you could make it
Large.
Yes, you can make it large, you can make it less large. So it's a pretty
Itty bitty big
versatile,
box.
right? It's a pretty versatile, and I'll show you, if you make it bigger, there's one thing you have to add, and I'll show you how to do that. So quickly, we're going to cut glass together today.
Woo!
So I like to do it this way. I have the pattern drawn out the way that you need to arrange it for gluing the wires on it, but when you trace it, do this. You can start right there. And you see I'm using yellow bottle glass for this example. Then you simply slide it so that the seam, they share a cut line, so you don't have to cut all of those tiny little...
So you can just do a few straight lines and then...
Right, so you don't have to
Clip,
cut
and
all of
boom.
those tiny little pieces out in between them, and it saves you glass and it saves you time. So this is a 2-layer pattern, so we need 2 layers, and we've got, so we need, how many sides does a square have?
This
A
is a
cube?
cube.
How many sides? This is a quiz.
6.
Okay,
Look, I'm
so
not
we
a
need
complete
12 pieces, right? So look, we can go. Oop.
Doot, 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 doot.
And the sound effects are critical.
Yes, always. I sit in the shop. All I do every day is just make sound
Sound
effects
effects.
while she cuts. Doot-doo-doo-doo.
Yes,
Doot,
right?
doot, doot, doot,
Okay.
doot, doot.
Okay, that's probably enough sound effects.
No, never.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm going to actually score the whole entire sheet before I break it apart, before I run them.
Awesome.
And so you can see where I did this. A little lumpy bit right there, but that's okay. And I'm going to use the lines on my cutting mat to show me where I need to extend the,
Nip, nip. Cool.
right, see, look at here.
Schnoo.
And I can, wow. Okay. That's gonna get really distracting. Okay.
Schnoo.
Okay. So when we are doing our cube, also known as a present,
Yay. Presential cube.
presentable cube, the one that I have here that we've already looked at, the top opens, so it's got a little hinge.
It's so cute here.
Right,
I'm gonna
it's got
put
a
it on
little
close up
hinge
so you
fused
can like
in.
look at how cute that is. And it's got little butterflies.
Right,
Aw,
I'll show you
that's
how to
so
make
cute.
those.
Oh, you know, it'd be cool. You could make one of these big enough and then put a little candle in it. Wouldn't that just be darling?
Oh, I was thinking something very sparkly, like, you know, jewelry.
You're a magpie.
I know, but how cool would that be?
That would be very cool.
All right. You could put it right. You could put a
Christmas village.
special gift right in the middle of your Christmas village,
Aww.
and then make somebody look for it. Of course, I'm not sure how much they would like that.
Depends
All
on the
right.
person, really.
So then we're going to
Share your stories of hiding things
Right.
from people and
just
making them
make
go and look for
sure
it.
that they actually find it, that they don't just throw it away. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next thing we need is our mica sheets.
Awesome.
And we've used these before, but I'm just going to do a very quick review for people who may not have been here. And when we say mixed mica sheets, we're going to try and give you a couple of different colors.
In
It's
relation to
awesome.
Mica, Eric says, speaking of giveaway, I received my Mica Stars prize from the other Hourglass over the weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad. I hope you do some
I'm
cool
looking
stuff with
forward to you making something amazing with it and showing us.
it. Yes. Candy says, love watching you in your project. Someday I'm coming to Utah for a class with you.
Oh, that would be really fun.
It would be very
We are
fun.
working, we always are like trying to figure out ways to do in-person things.
Yes.
So, and we did a sculpture one not too long ago, and it was really awesome. And
Yeah,
so
it was
now
really
we're
fun.
trying to figure out how to do some glass ones. Okay, so you see what I'm doing here? This is almost like a leaf or a book kind of thing of mica. So I'm just cutting,
Slices.
I'm running this razor knife in between the layers to cut off slices, and you can see, right?
Be very careful with your,
Be very careful
Knives.
with your knives. Okay.
as this one knows from experience.
Oh, whatever.
I mean, I do too, but, like,
whatever. Okay. So
just-
when we're punching mica, I actually like to do it upside down so I can see where I can line that up. Okay. So can you see? Yes, perfect. And then push down on the boing.
There's a little star.
Right. There's a little star. There's two. Whoop.
3. Aw, they're so cute.
And sometimes after you punch them, you can even peel the shapes into thinner. See, so now
Itty bitty baby stars.
we have even more stars. Okay, all right, give me 1 second. Unless it's related to this and I can answer it while I'm making stars.
Kinda.
Okay,
Tina says, purchase the kit so I can complete my village. Can't wait to add these to my adorable little trees. Send us pictures. I bet.
So
they look
Tina already
amazing.
posted pictures of her trees online. She's the one we were looking at the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And they turned out super, super cute.
Send us like pictures of your entire village.
Yes,
I can't wait to
send
see
pictures
it.
of your village. Okay. So I like to use very thick glue, apparently. I like to glue my pieces of mica down just so they don't shift around, because they can be shifty little things and you got to watch them. All right, so we're just going to, this is just white school glue, and I'm really glad it didn't leak in my tool bin, but it would be nice if it would cooperate now. Now would be a good time for questions.
We have no more questions.
Send us your questions.
Send us your bad Christmas
Send us
jokes.
your Christmas joke, yes.
We need those.
So far our favorite Christmas joke is the one about Santa saying, oh, 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 which was awesome.
Yep.
And
I think that was Sheila.
I think it was Sheila, actually.
Sheila, we
has
love
the
you.
best jokes.
Send us more, please.
Right. So we told that one to the in-laws on Thanksgiving. And if you haven't heard the punchline to that, it's because he's walking backwards. Get your mind out of the gutter, all right? This is a family show.
Yes, we certainly are. Linda says, Jody, a question from the part 1 section.
Okay.
After the pieces are fused and prior to folding, is it acceptable to paint the back with paint with the liquid mica powder and hairspray and put it back in the kiln just so the mica adheres?
You can, that would be awesome, but you will probably need to etch the glass first, because once glass is fused, the mica doesn't like to stick to it very much. So you'd want to acid etch it before and then paint it, and then it would work perfectly. Okay, so now you can see I have all my little stars on here. We are going to break out our 22 gauge wire, and 22 gauge is the thinnest wire that we're using today. And it is perfect for things that are small
And foldy.
And things that are small and foldy, but things like jewelry or things like this, they're good for antlers on reindeer.
Ta-da.
But they're not good for anything that needs to stay vertical and is like bigger than maybe a couple inches.
I love these reindeer. They're so
if
cute.
you are making bigger boxes, you'd want to go up 1 gauge or up to the 20 gauge. Okay, so just if you're scaling your pattern. I don't have lines marked on the pattern for where you put the wires, because it depends on if you are scaling your pattern or not. Now, if you were just using this pattern in the size that it is, I like to put the wire across all of the pieces like this, right? Now, let's look at one that's fused so you can see what I'm talking about and sort of see where we're headed with this. Okay.
Oh.
So here's a clear one. And you can see at one end I have little loops
So you can
stick
make
way
little
out, and one end I have these longer pieces that go all the way through. Right, and so the reason that we do this is we're just going to roll it up. This will be a non-opening one.
So with this opening one, it looks like the lid is a completely separate piece from the...
It is, and I'll show you how to set that up here in just a second.
Okay.
Oop,
Oh, I
so we
think
need
I
two
see
of
how
these.
it works.
Yes. Because you are my child and you figure things out.
Ooh.
Right.
We have a few jokes here for you.
Awesome.
Nancy says, what do you call a cat on the beach at Christmas time?
I don't know.
Sandy Claus.
Okay, that's awesome. I love it. Okay. All right, so I've got my wire cut, and I've cut it just a little bit longer than the length of the thing. I pull it and make it straight. Again, this is the 22 gauge, and it is in your kit, so you don't even have to go find this. It's already there.
In your Coolio
right
kit.
in your Coolio kit.
Has all these cool patterns.
So I'm using my round-nosed
Nifty.
jewelry pliers to make a loop
Loop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doo.
in the end of one of those, and then at the same time I'm kind of pulling it straight because that's
You
what
gotta
you
pull it
do.
straight.
That's what you do with wire, right? Okay. And then we'll glue it, and these ones on the long side we're doing, I should just leave my glue bottle upside down.
Not. Oh,
So
okay.
this is just regular white school glue, which I said before, but don't get the washable kind, get the original formula. The washable kind never dries, doesn't ever quite dry, and it, so things shift around. They get real shifty on ya. Okay, hang on 1 second. You can see I'm doing parallel glue lines here. And we want to put on now the glue lines, these are really just to keep the wire in place so it doesn't move around on its way to the kiln. You can, if you want, just assemble this right in the kiln. Although what I am finding is that is definitely the recipe for backache. And leaning into the kiln, I feel like Gretel, Hansel and Gretel, you know, just lean a little farther into the oven.
Check if the oven is hot, dearie.
So, right, so what I have been doing is just cutting pieces of shelf paper, and then I assemble a thing on there, just like a little, just big enough for the project, which in this case is small. Let's see how big it is. It's less than 6 by 6, so this one would work in a tiny kiln.
Awesome.
We try and be aware of that because lots of people have small kilns, and we like to be able to help them out with projects too. Oh. But these ones are not going to extend over the edge, they're just going to be internal. Okay. So this is, you can see it makes a little hashtag. Hashtag nichrome. I'm getting the, oh, you're so old look. It's a joke.
Yeah, sure. Sheila says, the sweater I got for Christmas kept picking up static electricity. I went back to the store and told them. They gave me another one free of charge.
Awesome. That's great. I bet that we could work that joke into a whole lot of things, right? Like we could do it with cats, staticky
Right.
cats. We could do it with.
We certainly
Okay.
have enough cats.
Okay, so then once you have that set up in that crisscross shape, you can just add that top layer of glass. Fuse it using your included full fuse schedule,
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
right?
Sheila says, approximately how much room between the parts would that vary according to size?
It varies according to thickness, actually. So if you have really thick glass, you need to leave a wider space. And if you have really thin glass, you can get away with slightly thinner spaces.
It's about the same thickness as the glass, right?
Maybe
twice as?
Yeah, it's about the space is about the same thickness as the width. Now, when we're doing the sleigh, that's going to change slightly because we need a strategic space in it. But okay, so this is what this would look like fused with clear instead of yellow, but it's exactly the same thing. And we'll just roll this up. So we've done this before. Now with 22, you don't need pliers to bend the wire. So you'll see as we progress through the show that some of the things we make, you have to bend the nichrome wire with pliers, and some you can just bend with your hands. And so this is one that you can bend with your hands because the glass is stronger than the wire.
Yes, the
Which is
wire is
not
very
always
soft.
true. Sometimes the wire is stronger than the glass. Okay, so as I have too much wire here, we can cut some of that off with, I am due for new pliers.
Well,
They
Christmas
wear out.
is coming up.
Yep, Christmas is coming up.
adorable. Little.
Right. You just like little cute things. Like kittens.
And you don't?
I know, right?
Everyone likes kittens.
Everyone likes kittens. Really, seriously, to show me somebody who doesn't like kittens.
And if they do, they're wrong.
And then we just tuck those right into the gift, those wires, because this one doesn't open, or it's not designed to open. So that's an okay solution for the wires. Okay.
Let's talk about the one that does open.
Yes, let's talk about the one that does open.
By the end of the show, this...
So now this guy, you can see that the sides, actually you can open those sides back up. And the reason that we can, yes, they're like little wings. The reason we can get away with that is because this guy is really small, and he's not a fun, I mean, it's just a display piece, right?
Oh,
but
you could put little like fairy lights through. Wouldn't that be cute?
Yes, you could put little fairy lights through. So if you were doing a larger box or one that you wanted to be more firmly attached, when we do our pattern, what we would do is and so like if you scaled this up to a 2-inch by 2-inch side instead of just the 1 1/4, on these outlying sides you would put a piece here and a piece here, like this, and then on these you would put 2 little loops like this. Actually, you would put them here because this is the lid, and so the lid has 2 little hinges like that. And then you put 2. Okay. So where's our other one? This guy. Okay. So let's look at that. So you can see on this guy, it has, I'm going to actually take that back apart so we can look at it. Because you know what's more fun than making things?
Taking things apart.
Taking things apart. Exactly. I like making these little boxes. They can be a little bit finicky, which is why we include a diamond cone bit in the kit so that if you need to, you can. Okay, so here's the lid. Oh, actually, I put my hinge on the other side. It doesn't matter. You can put your hinge on the lid, or you can put your the other half of the hinge on the lid. So you can see there's my lid, and then here is the piece that it connects into.
It's just another loop.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't really matter if you put the loops on this side or this side. You just need to have matching loops.
Yeah, and just remember when you're making this one, don't connect this to the main.
Yeah, exactly.
So just don't.
You put that guy separate.
Yeah.
And the other thing, though, that you can do is if you leave the wires out, these are really cool magnets. Or you can put just one loop in, and then it's a pendant. Look. Oh, we have so many ideas. Okay, we're just like completely full of it.
All right, I'm gonna hide this inside the house. Oh, look, you can put them inside houses too.
Yeah, they fit. We talked about putting candles inside houses.
Yeah,
okay,
but the little gifts fit in them too.
Any questions about that before I make a reindeer?
I do not think so,
okay.
But you can get all of the things needed for this except glass, which you have to provide yourself.
Right.
Which I'm sure y'all can do.
Just drink up.
Family show.
Oh, sorry, right.
So you can get all of the included things needed for all of these projects for the gift, the sleigh, and the reindeer in this wonderful nifty kit. Ooh.
It is pretty nifty.
It's pretty nifty.
And
pretty
the reindeer
snazzy.
is actually well, I don't know, the sleigh is pretty cool too.
Okay, but the reindeer are so cute.
I know they are so, and look, isn't that funny? So one of his ears moved, and I love it.
Right, he's got a little
it's all funny.
droopy face.
Okay.
It's so cute.
So the reindeer, this size, takes
look at him.
one
Look at
750 ml bottle. This one looks really green on camera, which is funny because in person it looks really yellow.
It does.
And you can use yellow or brown or blue. You don't, come on, right? Use your imagination. So this is a typical layout of, I hear you, hang on. This would be typically how I would draw out the entire reindeer on one sheet of glass, right?
So it's a lot of legs.
It's a lot of legs. It's 2 layers, and then of course you have 2 legs. So we need 4 of this, 4 of this, 2 of this, 2 of this, 1, 1, and 1.
Woo!
Just like that. Okay, so let me answer questions while I'm cutting this out.
All right.
Or hear jokes or whatever.
Unfortunately, I have no jokes.
Oh.
Eric says, oh my God, yes, taking things apart, that's how you really learn.
Seriously. And
You learn how to not put back your toaster.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes you even can put it back together.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you buy new tools.
Woo! Like
Not-
the heat gun.
Like the heat gun. Not that I've heard.
Uh-huh.
Commenting for a friend. All right, so the only really tricky piece on this reindeer is the body, and it's just this curve along the back. And so when we do curves like that, if you haven't done this before, I'll show you how to do that. Okay.
Awesome.
So here, what we do is we do a straight line from there, from the top to the far point.
From the neck to the
Bum, right? And that will give us, now it will give us a smaller piece to remove. And we're going to score along the line, and then we're going to come back in and score halfway between the cut edge and the score that we already did. Then we'll take our Grozier pliers, or if you like to misuse your tools, you can also, like me, you can also use the flat edge of your running pliers. We'll see if we can mess it up. No, woo! Just like this, or you can use Grozier pliers. And when you use these, it's the flat side is always on the top, and you pull out and slightly down, just like that. Right? Okay. Now, if you do have a mishap, you remember all of these pieces are connected by wire. So if you break one piece, the only piece you have to replace is the piece it fuses to. You don't have to cut your whole entire reindeer out again. Just the piece.
That's a lot of reindeer.
Yeah, just the piece that you broke and its matching piece. So for example, if you break a leg, you don't have to cut out 8 more legs. You only have to cut out
1,
2.
2.
Yes, because everything goes in pairs, right?
True.
Yeah. Except, well, okay, except for ears and tails, and they are just single layers. Okay, now the legs, I like to do.
The nice thing about reindeer is they are secretly centipedes.
They are secretly centipedes, a little bit.
A little bit. It's a lot of legs.
It is a lot of legs.
Jody, do you know any Christmas jokes?
Not that are family show friendly. Let me think. I'm sure I can think of one. I got nothing.
I didn't have time to come up with one in the drive here. I guess people are just going to have to send in more jokes.
Right, send in your jokes.
Enter again and again into
Or actually, I would be very interested in like what Christmas tradition that people do.
Oh, that's true.
But have it be the Christmas tradition that you wish you could stop doing.
Yeah.
Because you have one of those. We all have one of those.
Yeah.
What is something that you've been doing forever
and
but
you wish you
really
couldn't?
wish you could stop?
Right. What's a Christmas tradition you really wish you didn't have?
Right.
Let's think. What's one that we have?
Oh gosh, I can't say any because I'll get in trouble. Christmas trees are actually on my list of.
Really?
I mean, I could take them or leave them. Really, kind of meh.
It doesn't matter.
I'm kind of meh on the trees. And I'll tell you one thing I'm really over. Christmas shows. Not like on TV, but being an artist in Christmas shows, oh my gosh. People, give yourself permission to just stay home. Sometimes you just need to stay home and relax. Right? And see, I just broke a leg. Break a leg. And every time somebody says, we're having a Christmas boutique, you want to be in it? And I go, oh, no, I really don't.
No.
I really don't. So I've gotten much better at that. This year okay, so here's a trick. It can be
Unrelated
dangerous. No, it can be a dangerous trick, but it's also a very, very effective trick. So wear gloves. I'm not going to because
Because
I
you're a
live
dangerous
dangerously.
trickster.
So this is a curved piece right here, and you saw I just broke one. So one way to sort of encourage it to break correctly is to hold the glass and apply a little bit of pressure on both sides of the cut, not a ton, but just a little bit, so that, except for, see, I too much pressure and you can break it.
Too many legs.
Too many legs.
Too many
Okay.
legs. Too many legs.
That's all right. We can assemble it with.
We can assemble it with
as
or
is.
without a leg.
With or without legs. With or without legs. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Quotes from Jody. With or without legs.
Well, taken out of context, that's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's assemble this bad boy. Oh, I guess we need to cut his head out. Also quotes from Jody. Just cut his head out.
That's nice.
We were joking about this not being a true crime show.
Apparently we were wrong.
Right?
Yeah.
And I said, but there's always blood, right? So that
Consistently.
So the nice thing though about fusing is you don't have to cut as perfectly as you do with stained glass.
Woo! Look at that.
Right? Okay.
A joke from Sheila.
Okay.
Rudolph won't be flying this year because his grades in history class dropped from a B to a D. Yep, Rudolph went down in history.
I love Sheila's jokes.
Right, me too.
They're the best.
Yes.
So we relayed your the why do teenagers go around in groups of 3 and 5, and it was quite amusing. Who gets it and who doesn't? So it's sort of now like the little litmus test of
Right.
senses of humor.
Seriously.
So if somebody thinks that's funny, we can be friends.
Yep.
Yep.
Can't think of a response to that. Just
Right. Yep.
there we go.
Okay. So now we have 4 front legs and 2 back legs because I broke them all. All right. But we're gonna push on anyway. Okay.
With or without legs.
With or without legs.
I feel like that should be the new slogan. Welcome to the hourglass. With or without legs.
You guys will figure it out. If you have a question about it, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing, is we need to be able to get this guy on one kiln shelf on the smallest piece of paper possible so that our small kiln friends can also do this. All right, so we have 18 gauge. This is our heaviest gauge of wire.
Of which you get 10 feet in the kit.
Yes, you do get 10 feet in the kit.
Pretty cool.
Which means you'll be making a whole lot of reindeers. Okay, so
whole herd, in
we
fact.
do need to make the wire a slightly longer, and I will make it slightly longer on the picture
Bloop.
that we send to you, because when we look at these reindeers, do you want to show a close-up of the leg?
Sure.
That little S curve right there. We need to have enough wire.
So can you?
Yes, so it can bend up and then back down. Oh, his legs look very green. That's funny. This is one that has mixed, like the legs are from one bottle and the
Right.
body's from a different
He
bottle.
doesn't really like flying. He's a little green.
He's a little green. He gets a little air sick.
Right. He does look
bada
very
boom.
yellow in real life, though.
I know, it's funny how the glass looks
Very
a little
adorable.
different. Okay. So we have 4 legs, 1 neck. They're all about the same. And they're all 18. Okay.
What?
What? Wires.
Oh,
Wires.
family show. We keep
Okay.
saying that. I don't think it means what you think that it means.
I don't think it means what you think it means. Okay, now let's do some antler wires. And here's the thing about antler wires. They're finicky. So I made, of the 3 reindeer I made, 2 of them had difficulties with their antler wire. And so we're going to also look at how to fix that if you have trouble. So we bent our antler wires in half, and we have a loop.
And we have a loop.
A loop, loop, de doop.
Loop, doop, de doo.
And these are going to fuse in, but we will. Okay. All right. Okay, so when we do this, the best way, I think, to arrange this is I usually put the body down.
Cool. Kind of looks like a spider.
A little bit. This is where we get the roadkill thing.
Roadkill reindeer.
Roadkill reindeer.
Sounds like a name of like a
That's my
metal
punk
band.
right.
Okay.
Well, I guess it could also be a
Screamo
country
or
western.
something?
Screamo, right. Okay, there we go.
It's like Christmas screamo.
Awesome. Oh, wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yes.
Oh, that's not right. Okay.
Don't glue your thumbs.
Don't glue yourself to the reindeer. All right, so what I do here is put one leg right side up and then one leg the other way, right, like this. So he looks like he's kind of needing to hit the little reindeer room. But, okay. And
He's
then,
doing the...
right, the little reindeer dance. Okay. But once we get this, I do all the glue dots at once. Okay. So if you're having trouble cutting the reindeer legs because of those curves, you can always just modify the pattern and just make them like straight triangle shapes. It will be just as cute. And unless you tell people, no one is going to know that that is not what the pattern looked like. So, all right, so neck wire, we bend it into kind of a C shape.
Don't bend its neck.
Don't bend its neck, right? And we do it just
You're
like
already
this.
twisting its leg.
Right. And then we put the antler wires right next to that wire. If you need to, you can bend those so that they don't overlap the glass, right? Because you don't want it to fuse into its body or anything.
Oof, that's true.
Yeah, that creates problems. Okay.
For
then we
everyone
have,
involved.
right, ears. Ears, ears. Give me 1 second to finish gluing and then, okay. Tail. All right, legs. Now, I seem to have lost a leg wire. Okay.
With or without legs.
With or without legs. Okay. So on the legs, I take my flat nose pliers, my needle nose pliers, and just give both wires just a little bit of an angle. Can you see that little bit of an angle right there? And then they go like this.
Do, 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 ta-da.
All right.
Oh, they have little hooves. Oh, you could do little hoofs on your reindeer. That would be adorable.
You can if you want, but once you get into this small of a reindeer, it becomes tricky to...
Fiddly.
Yeah, it becomes fiddly, so that's why we left them off these.
Guess 619 says, what do you call a singing elf?
A singing elf?
A singing elf.
I don't know.
A rapper. As in rapping and...
I get it, it's just really lame. Okay.
Oh, don't insult their jokes like that.
Okay, it's not really lame. It actually is pretty funny because it's a pun and a joke at the same time.
Yes.
And we like that. Okay. Legs and legs. Okay, so those are the 2 I broke.
With or without legs.
With or without legs. But that's what he looks like when you get him all arranged. And this is what he looks like when you get him fused.
Oh, he's all squished flat.
He is all squished flat. See that?
Oh, and his antlers fell out.
Yep, and his antlers fell out. So you can see. Oh, and I did his tail is very cute. Okay. Oh, I forgot the nose wire. I forgot to put the nose wire on the pattern. Okay, you got to have a nose wire, and that's 22.
So you can put in a little
So you can
bead
put on
nose.
your little red nose or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
the noses are included in the kit.
Yes,
you can
they
have a
are.
little black nose and a little red
So
nose.
I love the red nose on Rudolph, but I think it's really funny to put little black noses on the rest of the reindeer because, like, they have noses and they're very proud of them, but they're just not as cool.
Mean.
Well, they wouldn't let him play their games, so what do they expect?
I mean,
Right?
that's true.
Yeah, okay, then, see. All right, so let's see how we bend a reindeer. Okay, so we have a little problem here. Can you show them this leg right here? See where the top layer has shifted slightly?
Yeah, see the wire's
Okay.
exposed right there.
So the wire is exposed. Now, if I were not showing you how to bend this reindeer, I would put him back in the kiln with a whole new leg. And what I would do is pop that whole leg off and cut 2 new pieces and fuse it right there. It's much more successful to do that than to try and balance a little piece on there and find a piece from the same bottle.
Oh, that's
Right,
a lot
so
of mess.
I would just
Pop off the
I
leg.
would just pop off the leg and start over. But we're going to try and leave it on so I can show you how to bend that.
So now we're twisting his leg a little
Now
bit more.
we're twisting his leg, right? We're not pulling his leg, we're just twisting it. Okay, so when you use your round nose pliers, you put the top jaw above the wire and the bottom jaw below the wire. And when you bend, you don't put any pressure on the glass.
The reindeer is
Right?
experiencing great difficulty.
No, he's not. You're just
Yeah.
projecting.
I
Okay.
am not. I'm making sound effects.
And
There's a difference.
this leg is the leg that's going the correct direction, right? It's not the twisty one. Okay, and again, this is like reindeer yoga. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Now this is the
fine.
backwards leg. Do you remember we did one that's backwards? We'll do the same thing. We twist it up, and then when we twist it down, we need to actually twist it
Down.
and around. And so by doing that, then we have the fused side up. And if you need to twist it more, grab the bend in the wire, grab the wire, don't grab the leg, right? Because this is,
If you grab the leg, then you'll break
you'll
its
break
leg.
it right off because this is 18 gauge and 18 gauge is stronger than the glass. The wire is stronger than the glass. So this is the funky one. We're gonna see if we can actually successfully bend him. You're throwing me off my game here, kiddo. Like making me all self-conscious about injuring the reindeer.
Well, he's roadkill. What do you expect?
Right? Okay. If you are experiencing a lot of difficulty with these, and I just chipped him, you can use the 20. Oh, look, he's a sad reindeer.
Well, yeah, because you just twisted all his legs around. I bet that hurt.
You can use 20 gauge. He'll just be a little wobblier, like, right? Like when. That was awesome. Okay, and then we have the neck. All right. So, and you probably will need to fiddle with him a little bit so that all 4 feet will touch the ground. And because, you know, they're spread out a little bit. Okay.
He thinks he can fly. Let him live his dreams.
Come here. Okay. See, now you distracted me. Noses. Okay. Let's do a nose.
It's a bit on the nose, don't you think?
It's a bit on the nose. So this is one of the red beads, and they're a little bigger. And let's see if we can find it here.
Sure.
Okay. And then we have a little extra. I always tend to put a little extra wire on there just because it's easier to trim off extra. But if it's too short, then you have to go find a different bead, and it's a big pain in the neck. And I like to make a loop and then bend it over and then bend it up. Okay, do you want to show them a close-up of that? So at this point, we could either just leave this one without horns.
It's a rain doe.
It's a rain doe. Or we could take beading wire, and I have gold here, and we could do a little wrap of beading wire around the neck wire and then create antlers, and show them that close-up of that one, because that's what we did with that one. So can you see that where I just, so you still get antlers, and depending on how concerned you are about it, I guess, because of this is your reindeer, so it's up to you. Now you'll notice that we put a little 22 gauge wire, well, we probably didn't, but the pattern has a little 22 gauge wire right in the middle there.
Oh my God.
So,
oh my God.
You taking your bonus ribbon. You can also make these into ornaments.
Oh, no. I was thinking you could hook them to the sleigh.
You can.
So you can
That
make
was
a
the other
whole-
thing, right? So you can hook them to the sleigh. You can make harnesses
So
with
you can
them,
make a whole
or
procession of
you can
reindeers.
also make
Oh, they're so cute.
right little hanging. So you have a bunch of different options.
So they're little dangle deer.
So yes, they are. They're adorable. And if you want to, you can use the seed beads that are included for to make the antlers, to cover the antlers with. So, okay, so let's do a sleigh.
Sleigh. So we have 2 comments from Bree Trees. The first one is, love the reindeer. I do too. They're so cute.
Aren't they funny? They're just
and
hilarious.
then a joke. Why did Frosty the Snowman want a divorce?
I don't know why.
He thought his wife was a flake.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, let's look at, I'm going to move our little gift box. Let's look at our sleigh. Because it does.
Oh, and just relating to the sleigh.
Oh, it's so cute. Okay, sorry.
3 pairs of these sleigh runners come in your kit as
right.
well
Right.
as
I feel like that should have popped into a hat or something. Okay,
I,
tell us.
unfortunately, I'm wearing my hat. 3 pairs of cedarwood sleigh runners, 10 feet of 18 gauge nichrome wire, 10 feet of 20 gauge nichrome wire, 22 gauge 10 feet of, 10 feet of 22 gauge nichrome wire, 6 red nose beads, so you can make some little Rudolphs, 12 black nose beads, so you can make all his jealous friends, 20 grams of seed beads, 1 gram mixed mica sheets, 1 small paper punch, random designs, snazzy. 1/16 inch
Yeah.
drill bit.
And that's the super small one that's on the card.
Doodle-doo-doo.
Yeah, because it's pretty easy to lose that guy.
Aw, look how cute that is. A diamond cone bit, also on that thing. The exclusive patterns for the Fuse and Fold sleigh, reindeer, and gift box, as well as the firing schedule for bottle glass, which is also pretty cool. So
And very useful.
oh, and there's an offer for 24 hours only, people. So buy your nifty, difty little village kit.
And we are shipping these tomorrow, so you will get them lickety split.
I thought you were going to say we're shipping these to Mars.
We could, no.
We could, no.
That shuttle has landed. Okay, so the sleigh itself is pretty straightforward in terms of layout. It doesn't have a lot of tricky curves or anything like that. It does have some tricky wire bits though. So we will, I'll show you how to set that up in your kiln or on your piece of shelf paper, and then I'll show you how to fold it up. And we'll show you how to drill holes with your tiny drill bit. Oh, I bet I brought the wrong drill. Okay, We'll try and show you how to drill holes with your tiny drill bit.
We will do our best.
We will do our best. I brought my rotary tool, but I might have not brought the smaller collet for it to size it down. All right. So again, our sleigh is 2 layers, so we need 2 of every piece. I like blue, which
you can also
goes
use
with
art
that.
glass and make.
You can
Make
use any kind of
colorful
glass with this, with any of our patterns. The only thing you need to remember is just that the firing schedule, you
Is
need to
gonna
use
be
the right
different.
firing schedule.
Yeah.
So we're sending you the firing schedule for bottle glass, but if you're using art glass, you need to adjust accordingly because
art
it will be
glass schedule.
it will be too hot for bottle glass.
It'll be too toasty.
It will melt your glass, like it will burn it.
No one likes burnt glass.
No one likes burnt anything except caramel. Well, let's see.
I don't know.
Creme brulee, right?
Oh, that's true. I want
That's
creme
true.
brulee.
Me too.
Alright.
Oh, I already knew. Logan learned how to make pie crust this year from scratch.
And it's very similar to making these, actually. Like,
We decided. Right.
it's very simple in theory, but there's a lot of things that could go finicky.
Badly wrong at
Yeah.
any moment.
Yeah, so same goes with the reindeer. Just imagine you're making pie reindeer.
Pie reindeer. What?
Reindeer crust?
I
Ooh, that
wonder.
sounds bad.
Right, it does sound bad, but I kind of
Don't
like
make
the idea.
reindeer crust.
Pie pastries, reindeer pastries. No, also sounds bad.
Pastry deer?
Pastry dear, pastry. Okay. So you'll see on our sleigh that it has these little verticals. You get to show the close-up, the little
is a very
beaded
cute-
wires that poke right into the sleigh runners.
So
And did I say that, we did say that these are cedar, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Several times.
okay. Well, I just love cedar. Cedar's one of my favorite woods. So
It smells very nice.
it does smell very nice. Okay, all right. Let's see where their pattern go. So those vertical pieces are 18 gauge wire, and they are fused into the sleigh design. And when you fold it, they pop out. It's
Wow.
very cool. So we take our pattern out and a little chip of glass, because no show is complete until someone bleeds. Okay. If it bleeds, it leads, right? Okay, this pattern is exactly how you need to lay it out. So
It looks like an exploded sleigh.
it looks like
We don't know where Santa went,
smashed.
but
He was launched into the stratosphere. Okay,
he kind of
So,
slid off the roof.
we have our
It's fine.
18-inch or our 18 gauge wire. And you can see in here, there's actually a little thing on the pattern that shows you which wire is 18 gauge. And we need, these are the verticals that are gonna hold your sleigh right onto the runners. So we need 4 of them. Give me just a second. Are you twitching over there with your bells? Twitchy bells, okay.
Sounds bad.
It sounds right. I do get twitchy by the time the holidays are over. And then we have 20 gauge. And the 20 gauge is what we're going to use to bridge all of the pieces. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8,
20 gauge.
10.
Wahahaha.
12, and then we need 4 loops. So this is a fair amount of wire. This is why we put 10 feet in everything, in all of the kits, because
You
it
go so
takes a
fast.
lot more wire than you think it's going to.
Jocelyn says, Jody, that is a huge slab of blue. What is it from?
A huge slab of what?
Blue.
Oh,
Blue,
these
blue,
are
blue, blue,
from,
blue.
they're from vodka bottles, and they are the 1.5 liter, the big ones.
The big boys.
Yeah, the big boys, and you can see you can see the handle, that lump right there is the handle on the side of the bottle. And so when I cut my groove in the side of the bottle, my strip out of the side of the bottle, I just cut the handle off one side. That's what that lump is for. And it kind of annoys me because
it won't flat.
It didn't used to have those handles. It used to just be round and very hard to pour from. And now it's easier to pour from, but
now it has
harder to
handles.
fuse with, right? So what do you do? Okay, the first thing we need to do is put the 18 gauge on. So these are the uprights.
Awesome.
And they go
smack down the middle.
No, well, yes, they go right down the center of the gap. This is very important. So
don't let them touch the glass.
Yeah, so what I like to do is make a little, just the littlest zigzag. I don't know if you can see that or if you want to show them a close-up. So that
let's not tip that over.
It was a tragic accident with Bigfoot in the small Christmas village today. 9 o'clock news.
Right, yeah, so you can kind of see the zigzag.
Okay.
Like, it's definitely not straight.
Okay. And so what we do with that is that it kind of goes off the edge of the glass and down into the groove so that it doesn't, make the glass, doesn't poke up and make the glass get wiggly. I'm not even sure what the technical term is there.
Wiggly.
Right? Okay. So those are the very first thing you do. And they need to stay right in the center. Okay. Then the next thing you do are the bridge wires, and they go over the top. See, this is why we make those little shallow S curves, is because these wires need to go over the top. And if those wires, the heavier wire, were sticking up, then these thinner wires wouldn't be able to go over the top of them.
They would get all tingly.
They would get, right. Okay. Then we do this. Oh, I missed some glue dots.
Boop, boop.
And
boop,
really,
boop.
It is much easier to glue this together than it is to try and keep all of these wires from shifting around when you put the top layer of glass on.
That's true.
It just gets really nuts.
Fidgety. Ooh,
Yeah.
Heck.
I know, but we got to finish this. We're almost done.
We're almost done.
Okay,
We
so
have to put the second layer on.
these long wires are 22 gauge. They're the thinner wire. And they, actually it says right on my pattern 20 gauge. I'm making them 22 in this particular instance.
Because we can.
Well, 22 fits the seed beads better, and this is not a structural joint, so.
So it doesn't have to be.
So it doesn't have to be 20. And what I would recommend is use whatever wire you have the most of, because if you have a ton of 22 left over, use that. And then you can use your 20 for something else. Okay, so that, ta-da, and then we put the top layer on.
And then we put the top layer on.
Yes. Okay.
And then we get that.
And then we get that. Oh, we forgot to put the mica. Shoot. Okay.
There's mica. Y'all know how to put mica on, right?
We punched, this is just like the houses. We punched the mica shapes.
Yep.
And then we put them on the shelf.
Yep, you can see.
Underneath the,
Let's look
right
close
there.
up real fast. You can see.
And they're
right
fused
there.
right on.
Ta-da!
And this, again, if you were to brush it with a wire brush, those mica pieces would come out.
Definitely.
You get a little bit of mica residue, but they also are pretty sturdy. I washed that with glass cleaner and a towel when it came out of the kiln, and those pieces stayed. And see, you can see right here.
Barely rubbing off.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Okay, so here's our fused sleigh. And you can see when we flip it over on the shelf side, you can see those wires. See, there's the 18 gauge.
Ta-da!
And when we bend those up,
Wow,
ta-da!
look at that.
Right, then you have that.
Magic.
And then you have to bend this up. Now you can see I have a little bit of friction happening there, right? So what we can do is gently using the round nose pliers, we can see if we can just give it a little bit of an S curve, like the tiniest little bit, and get it to move over a little bit. And if that doesn't work, we can grind the, we go right in here with our diamond cone bit and we grind that inside edge right there so that it folds up.
Awesome.
Better. And this is the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, so you just
But I'm actually not
hold it diddly darn
going
up.
to do that right this second because we are out of time. So
We
I'm
are
going
out
to
of time.
show you how to, so you
thread them
put,
through the loops,
right, put your wire through your loops,
bend them
bend
back,
bend it this way.
string your little seed beads on them,
Right.
twirl them around, and then you have some snazzy little
Twirl it around just like that.
Just
Exactly. Okay, you want to throw me over a set of sleigh runners and we'll see how to mark those so that we can figure out how to put them on. Okay.
So you just
So,
kind of stick them
These have a curve on one end and a little
Straight edge.
diagonal on the other end. The curve end, I assumed the curve end would go to the front. You are, of course, welcome to do it however you like. And then these wires are a little bit long, but you could always, you can trim them off to the length you like, or you can leave them there. So what we do is we take our
marker,
permanent marker,
non-brand specific,
non-brand specific, and we just mark where those wires go,
dot,
and
da-da-da-da.
dot, okay. And then we do the same thing on the other side, making sure that our sleigh runners line up so they're the same length. Okay. Okay. And then we would use our tiny drill bit to drill a hole in those.
Yep, and your tiny, yes.
Your tiny drill bit. Okay.
Your tiny drill bit is included in your kit as
It
well
is
as
included in the kit, and we
be
did that
done.
in the last show.
That's true. They're-
Right, we drilled the little the tree bases.
Snip.
Right, so we cut these guys off, cut off the extra. And then I've used glass beads on mine, but I think it's also really fun to
use wood
use.
beads.
We have
Little wood beads.
little
Oh, quite a
wood.
few.
Yeah, we have little wood beads that you can use too, just to
Aw.
give it a slightly different and a slightly more rustic.
So if you want to have your rustic Christmas sled,
You know, because then it has the,
yeah, then you can put your little wooden Santa figurines in it, you know.
or whatever. Okay. All right, so let's run through what is in the kit one more time so
Okay.
everybody knows what they need to,
Real fast.
right, what they need to scrounge up on their own.
Sherry Berry says, as usual, I loved watching your show. You two always make me smile. Also, a big thank you to the entire crew. Great job.
It's been a long day for the crew, so we are super excited. They're still
Yes.
here to help us
Thank
out.
you, crew. We love you.
Yes, thank you, crew. We love you.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Do you want me to tell them since you did the last one?
Sure.
Okay,
You
we
want my
have, no, I already know because I made the kit, so I know.
Okay.
We have 10 feet each of 18 gauge, oh, very nice, 18
Right.
gauge, 20 gauge, and 22 gauge wire, nichrome wire. This is nichrome 80, so this is the kind I use for all my projects. And those are the 3 most popular sizes. You can use them for a million things, so you'll love them. There are 3 pairs of sleigh runners, which is 6 sleigh runners total, so you can make 3 sleighs. Before you run out of those guys, you have 6 red noses. You want to show them a red nose? It's this on this guy. That's this one right here.
This one?
Yep. We
On
have
the little
6 of the red noses, and then 12 of the black ones.
Let's look at the little black noses.
Okay.
Too.
And the black ones are actually vintage Czech glass beads from my
very cute.
stash. They are very cute. And we have 12 black beads. We have 20 grams of mixed seed beads, which is this.
Cool.
We
Pretty
have,
Nifty.
right, we have 1 gram of mixed mica sheets, which
Mixed
are
mica
these.
Oof. Itty bitty. And for those of you who've been here before, you know exactly what
Right,
Mica
you
is
know
because
exactly
we love
what
them.
it is, because we love it.
We did an episode on Mica.
Yes, we did.
You should watch that after we're done here.
Or not. We have, yeah, do. It's just, I'm not sure how much of us you can take in one day. So, you know.
Not sure how much of us I can take in one day.
Imbibe wisely. Small paper punch, and this is a random design.
Ta-da!
And I will make sure that I send you things that are usable on Mica, right? So you're not going to get something that's impossible to work successfully. 1/16 inch drill bit and a diamond cone bit, and that's what we use to drill our sleigh runners, and also just if we need to do any cold working or cleanup or anything like that. You get the printed patterns for the reindeer and the sleigh. And, yes. Oh, these are both of the sleigh. You get the printed pattern for the reindeer, the sleigh, and the basic small gift box. And of course, that is scalable, so you can make that any size you want. And the firing schedule for bottle glass.
Cool. We have a few ending comments
Okay.
here.
All right.
So, guest 619 asks, are you going to make a Santa too?
No.
Oof. You can. You should. And
I'll think about it. People are still kind of eluding me because of the balance issue. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I'll keep working on it.
Real weird.
Bipeds are real weird.
Jocelyn says, great show. Thanks to all.
Thank you.
Nancy says, the sleigh and the reindeer sure add to the village. And now gifts to place under the tree. Oh, I know. It's so
the reindeer
charming.
just crack me up. They're,
Right, they're
so
hysterical.
funny. And if you change the slope of their head and the way that they're tilted,
they have so much
personality.
That's great.
Right.
Guest 619 says, thank you all. Thank you for what? I think it's thank you all for
your knowledge.
Yep. And a fun hour of learning. And now, the winner of our fantastic giveaway of a bag of Mica sheets and a mystery punch.
It'll be a star.
It'll be a star.
It's not a very big
winner
mystery.
is, with our whole bag of
right.
Mica, Christina Tabor. Tabor?
Oh, Tina! Woohoo!
Woo!
Okay, we'll put it in your kit.
We will.
Awesome.
Oh, and first of all, this is all on sale. It goes off sale in 24 hours, so.
Yes, so it is a better price now, so you should buy now.
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
And
you can always
then-
do it later, but do it now.
Right?
Okay.
And then, Sheila says, little and often, thanks again for all the fun and the projects too. I think I may have to start for next Christmas in January.
Awesome. Well, our next episode is in 2 weeks, and then we take quite a bit of time off for the new year, so make sure you tune in.
We're going to be wearing gowns.
Right.
We sure are.
And thank you from all of us at Mondo Market TV and Glass with Best. We'll see you next time.
Bye.